pleasure to speak to you, Miss Lewis. I am a huge fan, and I'm also a huge fan of this show. I want to know for season two. I know that Captain Freeman, she's kind of someone who directly follows the rules. She has a lot of tension with her and her daughter. But what will we see for season two that you can tease? Will it be some kind of lightness, not necessarily about her, but about the situations that surround her?
Well, thank you. It's very nice to meet you also, Ms. Abercrombie. I'm going to call you Dana. Is that okay?
Yes, it is.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Dana, Captain Freeman, like all of us, with anyone, we will evolve, we will grow. She is committed to being the best officer, having the best and most efficient and effective crew as possible. But she's also learned by the end of season one that she can be just a little tight around the edges at times. So yes, you will see more of her personality, more of her heart, more of her compassion, and maybe even an inkling of her trying to get better along with her daughter.
Yes.
Now the cat's out of the bag.
Yes.
Everybody on this ship, if you remember at the end of season one, everyone found out that Mariner is actually Captain Freeman's daughter.
And I was wondering, I know it was a secret, but did they tell you from day one the relationship between her, or how did that go?
Oh no, we knew from the beginning.
Okay.
Which was fun for us to add to that dynamic. So it was fun for the audience to kind of get hints and tidbits dropped to them, but the crew had no idea. So it was very interesting from the inside of the ship. No one had a clue. From the outside, us as the viewing audience, you kind of got hints dropped all season long. So yes, we knew from the beginning what the deal was, because if you remember in the very first episode, I am talking to her dad, the admiral, right, and complaining that she is just out of control on my ship. You need to come and get your child, basically. So yes, so I knew from the beginning, and it was just fun watching us go back and forth between ourselves, trying to keep it undercover, because it wasn't going to be good for either of us if anyone found out. But, you know, Boimler kind of let the cat out of the bag, and so here we go.
Yes. So for season two, what would you say you not necessarily look forward to the most, but what's the most exciting adventure that we get to see the captain go on?
Well, I can't be specific.
Right.
But there are some beings and some planets and some experiences that if you are a serious Trek fan, you will recognize from some of our other Trek journeys. Whether it's Next Generation or Voyager or any of those shows, you go, oh my gosh, that's a cross back to XYZ episode. And now you get to see either before what happened in that episode or what came after. Like how are things left, and what is now Captain Freeman and her crew about to step into? So those adventures, all those kinds of callbacks, I think are so much fun. And it's so cool when those who are fans and followers of the Star Trek franchise pick up on it, and they start chatting about it like crazy. We're actually having a live chat on Thursday for the premiere of the show.
Very nice. I was wondering, what are some of the lessons from season one that Captain Freeman has kind of learned about that she will carry on into season two?
Well, what she's learned, one about her crew, is that if they can get away with something, they're going to do their best to try to get away with something. So she's really got to keep a vigilant eye on everyone. Not so much a stern hand, but a vigilant eye, so that she knows how to best get the best out of her crew. She's learning little bitty tricks about them, how to get them to do what she needs them to.
Will we see kind of a balance between her letting go and also kind of keeping that eye out?
I think you will see her try to make a balance. That's what I think you'll see. She's gonna try. Yes.
Will we see any more missions? Kind of teaming up with your daughter?
Oh my God, there are missions galore. Absolute missions, battles, all kinds of outwitting, all kinds of maneuvering on the same side, only to realize, oh my gosh, we're actually working together. What is happening?
And what can you say about Captain Freeman that she learns about from her daughter, working with her daughter, that kind of changes her perspective, either within her own life or with her daughter?
Well, hopefully with any parent to child, as much as you want your child to go the way you want them to go for the reasons you want them to go there, if you're really paying attention, you hopefully get to see what their perspective is on their own personal journey. And I do believe that Captain Freeman does get a sense of that. And she comes to recognize, yes, my daughter is out of control. She's wacky, but she's actually very resourceful. And if you remember, there was an episode where the organic matter was taking over our ship, and we were fighting over, I was fighting with her over what kind of rock she was using to try to dig us out. She's like, what difference does it make? It's a rock. Stop talking to me like I'm 5 years old. So ultimately, mom starts to get it. She starts to actually see her daughter.
Right. Now,
not at her.
There were a lot of things that Captain Freeman has kind of tackled, and one of those I remember was the rage virus. Well, we kind of see, which was delightful. Without spoiling anything, will we see more of not necessarily viruses, but more things that they have to tackle, either with a virus or some kind of bacteria?
There are going to be viruses. There are going to be, there are going to be aliens. There are going to be symbionts. There are going to be some of everything you can possibly imagine if you stepped out of your front door with absolutely no idea of what to expect on the other side. Right? There's going to be a ton of that this season.
Now, with this iteration of Star Trek, what have you learned, or you could say appreciated, about the previous ones? Either it's the Next Generation or whichever one.
Well, what I appreciate about all of them is the way they paint the world with all of us from different nationalities, cultures, colors, genders, all of that working together and working efficiently and effectively. And in my opinion, every machination of Star Trek before ours showed everyone at their excellence, or at least trying to be at their excellence. Our show, on the other hand, really does show the underbelly of people's flaws and failures and wish lists and procrastinations, and more, I think, of your average everyday human just really trying to get it right. But you know what? I'm tired today, so right is not an option. I'm just going to do whatever I need to do to get through. And sometimes that works, and oftentimes it does not. So that's the difference, I think, with what Star Trek Lower Decks brings. We peel back the layers of perfection. We are anything but perfect.
Right. Now, since the cat is out the whole bag and we know the whole family makeup, will we see more of the interaction between Captain Freeman and her husband?
Yes, and I don't know if we ever actually used the term husband so much as he's her father. So see, I've not really explored that, so that would be interesting to see how that unfolds.
Now, are you the kind of actress who creates a backstory? Because I know that Captain Freeman was the USS Illinois and Telluride and was on other ships. Are you that kind of actress that, would create that backstory?
Oh, yes, and it's created for us. So you just ran it off. She's worked her way up through the ranks. She has earned this commission. She has earned people's respect. And until Mariner came on the ship, it was, everybody was in tick-tock, keep it moving, fashion order. And now Mariner comes on board her ship, and things don't seem to be running as smoothly, at least not as smoothly as she thought they were going.
Now, as a voice actress, do you approach this differently if this was, say, a live action?
Oh, no, not at all. And most voice actors that I know really do their best to create whole and complete characters and personalities, with the way that they speak, with the way that they get excited, get sad. After a while, the animation, we do our best to create a voice that matches who the essence of the character is. And with any luck, your character gets animated to elevate that. Or sometimes the character is already animated and we're brought in to say, okay, now what would someone that looks like this sound like? But whatever it is, you do your best to make it a real and whole, complete person. And that's what I believe draws people in to animation. There's a certain escapism about it, but at the same time, we get attached to these characters because something in them strikes us as authentic and as real. So, yeah.
So through the backstory creation, is there an element that you would say would be surprising to fans that we may not get to see on the show?
Captain Freeman has a really twisted sense of humor. She really does. She's got a real twisted sense of humor, and I believe she fancies herself somewhat of an entertainer.
So would you say that certain aspects, especially dealing with your daughter, Captain Freeman's daughter, where there was a lot of conflict, and I remember there was a scene where you thought about doing the worst jobs for her, and you realized that no, it's actually promoting that really aggravates her. Is that kind of what you would say that the twisted sense of humor may come into play?
Absolutely. And in that very same episode is when you see me up on stage hosting the talent show. And I do my little vocal. But you know what? I'm a singer, and there are few things that are more fun for a singer than singing as though you can't sing. That's hilarious to most of us, and I have a great time doing that. And Captain Freeman, she just feels right up and comfortable up on the stage. So yeah, that was a very fun episode for a lot of reasons.
Now, going back on your singing background and your career with that, is there elements that you learned through that path of life that you now apply as an actress?
Oh, of course. As a singer, you learn melody, you learn phrasing, you learn sensitivity in how you present your vocal tones, whether it's loud and broad or if it's soft and legato and mellow, whether it's soothing, whether it's sensual, all of those things. And as a voice actor, where all you get to receive from me is my voice, it really helps in creating all kinds of different characters, all kinds of different ages, even trying to recreate different dialects and accents, etc. So no, it really does go a long way for me in creating more than just words and vocabulary, but actual melody within the characters that I create, whether it's as a voice actor or live on stage or in front of a camera.
Now, was there a particular scene, either from season 1 or season 2, that you would have loved Captain Freeman to have partook in?
Let's see. You know what? I kind of enjoyed watching all of them and watching the different characters that were in them be in them, and I really loved the stuff that I got to do. So no, there was no real like, wow, I wish I could have been in that scene, but no, not really.
Is there a favorite baddie, bad guy, bad person that you love kind of the Captain Freeman interacting with?
Yes, and for man, you put me on the spot. I can't think of his name now. But it was the reptilian, slithery kind of creature that would always speak sideways.
Yes.
And it was very, very frustrating to me. The fact that it was like, okay, I have no idea what you're saying, and now you're saying it with me because I've apparently insulted you, and that was not my intention.
Now, for the upcoming season, can you tease it using just 3 words?
Wow.
That works.
Season 2, breathlessly exciting and adventurous.
I like that very much. Thank you so much for speaking with me.
It's a pleasure to speak with you, Dana. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
I hope you enjoy season 2.
Yes, very much so. I was able to see about 4 episodes. Exciting.
Nice.
Yes.